The Bentley Bentayga is a mid-sized front-engine all-wheel drive, five-door luxury crossover marketed by Bentley, beginning with model year 2016. Nevertheless, there needs to be some difference from other SUVs, especially Audi SUVs, and that's a problem that the Bentayga has struggled with since its launch in 2017. The outgoing Bentayga made you feel on the inside like royalty, but it seemed a little too much like an average subject from the outside. And let's face it, if you don't want people to know you spent this kind of money on a car, that you don't spend that kind of money on a car. That takes us to the modifications to the 2021 Bentley Bentayga. Quite neatly, Bentley enlarged the grille up front and fitted new headlight reflectors that look like jewels in fact. The result is a more streamlined appearance, reminiscent of the updates to the Continental GT's new iteration. But the backside of the Bentayga really needed surgery, and the surgery was a success. Out with a big square taillights that could have belonged to any SUV, and in the middle with a slick new set of oval lights with amber sequential turn signals. The lights are sitting on a reshaped tailgate that now runs the full width of the car. The look from the back is better than the old Bentayga, but not as good from the side, as there is now an unsightly seam between the tailgate's edge and the side of the body. Inside, the new 10.9-inch high-res touchscreen is being mounted on the 2021 Bentley Bentayga, resulting in a very handsome reshuffling of the middle stack. A jeweled analog clock with modern square vents up the top flank, all arranged in a very cool winged motif, featuring liquid smooth animation. The stunning new optical dash makes for the nifty Audi trick of seeing a traveling map right in front of the car. The center console remains largely unchanged, and I wish Bentley's heavy use of the chrome would be rethought. For temperature control and other features, rear seat passengers enjoy more knee space and a compact touchscreen. The monitor is removable, rendering it something like a tablet, which is also a very ingenious approach to the issue of getting so close to the surface. My test car had a basic bench seat for this study, but it is also possible to provide the Bentayga with twin rear buckets, which now recline much further, or an optional third section. And that's precisely why you purchase a luxurious high-end SUV like the 2021 Bentley Bentayga that we're reviewing today. Because anybody can go into a dealer and buy the same SQ7 or X5M or GLE that you did, but it can be your own Bentley that you buy. The one I'm driving for this analysis didn't just roll out of the Crew factory with a spec that was chosen by a distributor because 3 dozen were already sold just like it. Alternatively, someone somehow had a long, hard thought about what this Bentayga might look like. Both the hides and paints and veneers were handpicked to order and hand-finished. Somebody drops in and rents out a Bentley from the lot. He calls the buyer as the car's tenure hits late afternoon and says, "Your lease is up in a year. If you want to custom order your next Bentley, we should start talking about it now." The buyer has always never had the notion of a bespoke car, but they seldom buy off the rack again until they plan their own Bentley. It is what distinguishes a Bentley from other cars, not the frame or the powertrain. That's why someone is going to neglect Audi, BMW, and Mercedes elsewhere and spend well over $235,000 for the Bentayga that I'm checking. Inside the 2021 Bentley Bentayga's hand-finished cabin. Inside, a new 10.9-inch high-res touchscreen is being mounted on a 2021 Bentley Bentayga, resulting in a very handsome reshuffling at the middle stack. A jeweled analog clock with modern square vents up the top flank, all arranged in a very cool winged motif. The beautiful new digital dash features liquid smooth animation, which allows for the nifty Audi trick of seeing a traveling map right in front of the pilot. Founder W.O. Bentley did some very amazing work with airplane engines in World War I, so there is a historical link there. The center console remains largely unchanged, and Bentley would rethink its extensive use of chrome. There isn't much sunshine at Bentley's headquarters and Crew, but we get lots in California, and the dazzling reflections of midday are, dare I say, a glaring mistake. Driving the 2021 Bentley Bentayga. How does the Bentley Bentayga of 2021 drive? Why, just the way it's meant to be. The twin-turbo V8 542 horsepower toils in silence before you boot the pedal, by which point it absorbs all the power you might possibly expect in a car like that. A 0 to 60 mph time of 4.4 seconds is claimed by Bentley, but it is the always ready always-on quality of the boosted V8 that really stands out. The power is always ready. By the way, the V8 is the only power option right now, but a hybrid and a variant of the W12 Speed are on the way. Handling? Handling? Yeah, that too is perfect. The available Bentley Dynamic Ride suspension was installed with this Bentayga, but I didn't waste too much time driving it in the curves. I was driving through Beverly Hills and Bel Air instead. The key mission of the Bentayga is to whisk you away in solitude and loneliness, and it does just that, while the ride is taut enough not to sully the racing heritage of Bentley. There is all the acceleration and steering effort in the comfort zone, and it responds quite happily if you push the SUV. One of the benefits of Bentley owning the VW group is that the Audi bones are always visible just below the surface. Just as the Bentley makes me look better than I am, the stereo did the same for the MP3s on my phone and tuned out the world. Enjoy that $8,800 20-speaker NAIM sound system. The lane centering mechanism of the Bentayga seemed rather clueless, randomly tugging at the wheel and telling me that I would let go of it when I most certainly hadn't. But other than that, the peace of my drive remained unbroken. The audio system was improved, but a 790-watt 12-speaker stereo is standard. There is a 1,780-watt and 20 speakers for an extra NAIM system for the Bentley. Someone who needs to spend big cash on an SUV so they can pick easier along curvy canyon roads can whiz. My suggestion is that I recently checked the Maserati Levante Trofeo, as it's similar to a Ferrari SUV, as we're going to come until Ferrari begins to produce its own SUV. The Mercedes-AMG GLS 63 and BMW X5M are agile enough in your face bruisers to deliver on their muscle-bound styling promise, but the new rich gouge is their brutish style. The 2021 Bentley Bentayga is old money, built with a murmur rather than a shout for people who want their presence declared. The same plug-in driveline fitted to its pre-facelift counterpart is fueling the luxurious SUV, combining a 250 kilowatt by 3-liter turbocharged V6 petrol engine with a 94 kilowatt by 350 nanometer electric motor for total power outputs of 330 kilowatts and a torque of 700 nanometers. Exceeding the electric motor is a lithium-ion battery of 17.9 kilowatt per hour, allowing an all-electric range of 50 kilometers at speeds up to 135 kilometers per hour on the NADC test cycle. On a 7.2 kilowatt AC plug, the pack can allegedly be powered from 0 to 100% in 2.5 hours. Regenerative braking is available, enabling the battery to be charged by recovering energy through deceleration, while the electronics of the car can use satellite navigation systems data to switch between internal combustion and all-electric propulsion at various points along a path to maximize efficiency. The Bentayga hybrid is all but identical in the visual department to its facelifted V8 and W12 engine predecessors, sharing their restyled front end with a bigger grille and new lower bumper, wider rear tailgate opening, LED taillights inspired by Continental GT, and 20mm wider rear track diameter. Inside, the updates are headlined by a new 10.9-inch wireless Apple CarPlay infotainment touchscreen and wired Android Auto and hybrid-specific displays, accompanied by a new multimedia instrument cluster, a redesigned steering wheel, USB-C charging ports, wireless mobile charging, and a heads-up monitor. A number of My Bentley connected car services are also available, accessible thanks to an inbuilt SIM card and compliant with the My Bentley mobile app, even when a smartphone is not connected. With koa and crown-cut walnut wood trim inlay options new for the MY21, and a number of luxury interior fabrics and colors are on sale. The Bentley Bentayga Hybrid 2021 will go on sale in the northern summer of 2021 in Europe.